Hi everyone! In this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about personal year numbers. Now every year we have a different personal year number. This is a number between 1 and 9, and with it just brings different energies for the year ahead. So it's really beneficial to know what personal year number you're in, because it lets you know sort of what challenges and what lessons you're going to face. Just overall what energies are there for you this year, and it helps you make better decisions. It helps you know when the right time to start businesses, to move house, start a family, all these kinds of things. So really beneficial to know what year you're in. It also helps as well if you know what other people's years are that are around you, because it just helps you understand them a little bit better and understand the things that they're going through as well this year. So yeah. It runs the same as the calendar year does. It runs from the 1st of January until the 31st of December, but you can usually start to feel those energies integrating a few months before. So considering that we are nearly in October, I would highly recommend that once I've told you how to calculate your number, you go and watch the year afterwards as well, because chances are you're already feeling those energies start to come into play. So yeah. To calculate your personal year number, you need your day and month of your birth, not your year. So, as we're going to use the current year. So, let's say, for example, your birthday was the 13th of September, and the current year is 2019. What we're going to do is add all of these numbers together, add those two numbers together, and reduce down to a single digit. So the 1 add the 3 is 4, plus the 9, 13, plus the 2, 15, plus the 1, 16, plus the 9, 25. So the 2 add the 5 to reduce down equals 7. You would be in a personal year 7. I hope that makes sense. So I will leave timestamps in the description below. Remember, check out next year's number as well, and maybe go back and watch the year before's as well, so you can really see why certain things have happened in your life over the last 2 years, and see if you relate to them, which probably will. So another quick one that I just wanted to add as well is, if you just took the current year 2019 and you add those together, it makes 12, reduced down to make a 3. We're all collectively in a 3 year, which means collectively we are all going through the energies of a year 3, starting to feel those energies of year 4 already. So you maybe want to go and watch those ones as well, just to help you know what we're all collectively going through this year as well. So without further ado, I'll get into it. Like I said, I'll leave timestamps below to skip ahead. So if you are a personal year 1, numero uno, this year is all about new beginnings for you. It's all new everything, new opportunities, new relationships, new business ideas, new business, like just work partners, work in general, new houses, new ways of thinking, new ways of living, just new lifestyles in general. It's all about newness this year. You have just come out of a 9-year cycle. You've just gone from your 9-year to your 1 year, and 9s are all about endings, transformation, completion. So it's really a fresh energy for you guys this year, leaving behind all of your stuff from your 9-year. 1 years are fantastic times to work on yourself, work on your own goals, and don't dim yourself down. You may have ideas and inspirations for things that you want to go for this year, where other people may tell you that you can't do that, that it's not realistic, that it's not achievable, that you're not going to make money that way, that all these types of things. But this year, it's really important that you do what you want to do, and it's really important that you bypass all those opinions and judgments from other people and you go for it anyway, because no desire, no dream is unreachable. It is only how much confidence and faith you have in yourself that will determine whether or not you do that. So really good years to focus on that. Don't procrastinate this year, and don't turn down opportunities unless your gut is really telling you, no, I don't want to go for that. But be mindful of new things coming into your life and new ideas, mostly new ways of making money, new ways of approaching situations, new ways of dealing with people in general, anything new. Okay, so personal years 2. Personal year 2s are all about patience. They are very slow moving years, and we humans do not like patience. As much as you can say you're a patient person, you are not patient in the eyes of the universe, trust me. They are very slow moving years, and you can very much feel like you're not achieving anything, that you're not doing anything, that you're very stuck this year. You know, it just feels like nothing's occurring in your life, even though you might be trying to do new things. But know that the universe is orchestrating a lot behind the scenes that you can't see this year. A lot of things are building up and taking their time to manifest, ready for your 3 year. So you're going to be really successful in a 2 year if you practice patience. Stick at whatever you're doing, stick at whatever ideas you had from your 1 year, stick at those goals and just wait. Practice mindfulness like activities, you know, like yoga, meditation, all this kind of stuff as well. They'll be really beneficial for you. 2 years are also big relationship theme years. You may meet somebody special this year, you may meet several special people, you may be feeling absolutely absolutely like overwhelmed and full of emotion, full of love, full of joy, full of happiness. You may also be feeling disappointment, heartbreak, loss. It could be very much, you know, you could be getting into a new relationship or you could be breaking up in a relationship. It's kind of like either or. It doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be fully either or. It just means that, you know, you might experience a mix of both of these things, you know. So yeah, your emotions this year are going to be heightened. You are likely to be hypersensitive. So try not to quickly react to situations this year. Try and make sure you can logically think about things before letting your emotions take over. It's a big year of balance as well. 2s represent balance, and you know, coming into balance with your emotional self, with your spiritual self, your material self, you know, your material world, and getting your life together sort of thing this year, while waiting for things to manifest this year. So yeah. Your intuition's probably going to be heightened this year as well. So if you are somebody who's into, like, you know, psychic abilities and stuff like that, this is a great year to really practice those and really work on any sort of spiritual gifts that you want to this year. So if you're in a personal year 3, personal year 3s are much faster moving, thankfully. They are very big creative years. They are very big social years. They are very much, you'll want to be more self-expressive in these years. If you take up any creative hobbies or work hobbies such as writing, journaling, blogging, singing, dancing, poetry, art in general, anything where you can, music, anything where you can express yourself this year. you'll really want to do more of that. And if you don't have a creative hobby but you've been wanting to pick one up, really go for it, because this is the year where it's going to sort of be a little bit easier for you to do, because you're going to want to do it a bit more, and you're just going to want to express yourself a bit more. You're going to want to attend more events, just socialise more in general, chat to strangers in the street a bit more, stuff like that. And you'll want to reconnect with old people more as well, old friends as well. And yeah, it's a very, very much a upbeat and fun year this year, for everyone. But be mindful that because of all this extra communicative nature that you've got, try not to partake in gossip or slander or complaining this year. Try and view everything, like glass half full, and always stay optimistic and positive about your life, because it's really just going to be beneficial for you. You may want to do things like more travel this year. You may want to spend more this year as well, so be mindful of that. Frees love to spend money and love to sort of go out and party and be the life of the party kind of thing. So very fun years, very much upbeat compared to the slow-paced 2 year. So, personal years 4. Personal year 4s are big work years. Your work and your dedication to your work and your commitment to your work is really going to be tested this year. You will have started to see stuff in your 3 year from your 1 year come into fruition in your 3 year. But in your 4 year, you're really going to be asked to work on that and commit to it and show your dedication. You're really going to be tested this year. You may face some setbacks and obstacles in regards to it, but just push on through and persevere this year. It's also the year to get your life organised, get everything in check, pay off any bills, sort out your responsibilities, get on top of your work, get on top of your personal chores, all these kind of things, because it will help set you up for a better future. This is a really good year to set plans for what you want to do for the next 12 months, what you want to achieve and build in the next 12 months, and really start putting action into place for these things. Yeah. You're going to be more focused this year, which is going to be a good thing. And it's not really a year to be adventurous. It's a year to sort of be practical and reliable and just get everything in order. It's really important that you maintain a positive attitude. I mean, it's important that you maintain a positive attitude in every year, but especially so this year, because this year is really going to set you up for the future, basically. The things that you get in order this year, it's just really going to be beneficial. The things that you get organised and sorted and on top of, it's going to help you in your 5th year. It's going to help you for the rest of your 9-year cycle, to be honest. So yeah, get organised, get disciplined, get responsible. Personal years 5. Personal year 5s are all about adventure. They're about progression, they're about movement, and they're about change. After the efforts of your 4 year, it's time for like a mix up. And since you're in the middle of your 9-year cycle, the universe is really going to shake things up for you this year. It's really important that you stay flexible and you stay adaptable, and don't just go with the flow of life, and don't try and hold on to anything that's being forced out of your life. Let things go. Let things what come to you. Let them go with the flow. Be mindful of overindulging this year. 5 energies, because 5 years can be quite chaotic. There can be big changes in everything, changes in work, changes in relationships, changes in house. There can be a lot going on in your 5-year. So there can be a tendency to want to overindulge in the physical senses, in eating, in drinking, in smoking, in exercise, in sex, all these things. So be really mindful to not want to just escape from your responsibilities and escape the chaos of a 5-year, because it's meant to be like this, you know, just meant to persevere. But even though there's a lot going on in your 5-year, there is actually also an element of boredom and restlessness this year. Maybe feeling like all the things that are changing are not necessarily things that you wanted to change. They're not necessarily in the direction you want them to be going in. And so you can get a bit restless and uneasy about this. So try not to make hasty decisions in this year. You know, this is, you know, you really need to think things through and don't rush into things. Try not to have a scatterbrain mentality either, and really learn to hone in your energy on whatever it is that you need to at the time, and don't get too caught up in all that is going on this year. This year can either be really exhilarating or very testing and trying. It depends on your attitude and it depends on how you view life, really. So yeah, I know everyone's always different after every year, but 5 years will really shake up your life for you. So be prepared for that. Like I said, go with the flow. Trust the process as well. So, personal years 6. Personal year 6s are all about love, family, home, responsibilities. They are big service years. They are big years where you feel you are doing more for other people than you are for yourself. But remember that all the effort that you put into other people, all the things that you do for other people, you are just accumulating good karma by doing these things, and you know your efforts will be really rewarded. So try not to have a negative mindset about it, that I have to do this or I have these responsibilities, you know, and try and view it as I want to do this, I want to do this for the other people. It's because it's about like families and home life and love. Relationships in this time are either going to be strengthened or broken. Not necessarily just romantic relationships, friendships or families as well. It's going to be a very testing year for your relationships. Things that have been buried under the surface are really going to come up and be exposed to either be resolved or result in a separation this year. I mean, know that not all separations are necessarily forever, but for now, it means that you need to drift away from somebody. You need to drift away from somebody, or you're being brought together with somebody. It depends on what's going on in your life. But yeah, it's a good year to touch base with old friends, old family members, you know, fix any old relationships that you had, and sort of make amends with your friends and family this year. Forgive anyone you need to, and just practice good love for everyone this year. It's a big children theme this year. It's a big year to spend time with either your own children, nieces, nephews, cousins, if your partners have children, if your friends have children, your close friends have children. You know, it's a good time to spend extra time with them this year and help them out. You know, you may feel a big load of responsibility this year, but know that it's all for the best, and it's not going to last forever either. And everything that you do this year, like I said, will accumulate good karma. So for some, you know, the energy is of marriage, love, separation, divorce. For some, it is of humanitarian work. For some, it is about working within the community, getting a service-based career, becoming a carer, becoming a teacher, becoming somebody who works with children. It's, you know, you could be getting a career in like this, you could be having a child, you know, all these things. And they are good home-based years. So if you want to move house, if you want to renovate your house, if you want to just spruce things up, redecorate, rearrange things around your house, this is also a good time to do it. You know, gardening as well, stuff like this. Also look after your, you know, your physical health, like physical house, sorry. You know, your body, you know, get a makeover, switch up your look, get a different hairstyle or something. Sixes represent beauty, so anything to do with all that as well will be really, it'll just be a confidence boost, and it will just sort of make you feel better in your own skin or in your own environment, really. So yeah. Personal years 7. Personal year 7s are great years. They are big spirituality years. They are really years where you are going to discover yourself. As cliche as that sounds, they are years when you are going to be discovering, or at least contemplating more, why you're here, what your purpose is, you know, what you want to do in your life, who you truly are, who you really want to be. And like I said, they're good spirituality years. So after you've just had a year of focusing on other people and their needs and what they want, it's a year to focus on you and self-reflect and focus on what you want to be, what you want to do. You know, big you focused years. So it's not really a time to be making like big decisions or anything like that. It's not really a time to be adventurous, but a time to sit and reflect and analyse your life and analyse why certain things have happened, why things have played out the way they did, and what can you learn from that, what can you take on from that into your next year. Yeah, if you are into spirituality, you may want to look into things like Reiki healing, hypnotherapy, crystal healing, energy healing, any sort of healing practices like this, just alternative medicines, you know, herbalism, all this kind of stuff, because it will really help you heal any old wounds that you have and help you just let go of past issues that may come up for you as well. Practice mindfulness, practice meditation, yoga, tai chi, all these kind of mindfulness practices. Spend a lot of time in nature this year as well. Very good year. If you are interested in things like computers, just IT, construction, engineering, metaphysics, philosophy, psychology, just anything to do with the universe in general, anything to do with maybe animals, the human mind, anything like this, you're gonna have a desire to learn more, to accumulate more wisdom on these things this year. And you want to know how things work. Like I said, whether it's the universe, whether it's machines, whether it's animals, whether it's humans, you want to know how they tick, and you have desire to just learn a lot this year, learn about yourself as well this year. So it's a good year to enhance your relationship with the universe. Like I said, get out in nature a lot. If you believe in that kind of stuff, talk to your angels more, talk to your spirit guides, learn more about these things in general. If you don't consider yourself a spiritual person, but you're here watching this video, then it's sort of, even just numerology sort of comes under that spiritual subject. So learn more about that and detox from the material world. It is not all about the house, the car, the job. It's all about how much inner peace and inner happiness that you have in your life. So detox from the need to have things, have possessions. They do not equal success. And you'll probably learn that this year. Yeah. So, personal years 8, 8. Personal year 8s are big karma years. They can kind of maybe swing one way or the other. They are big years of finances, legal matters, properties, just business in general. If you have been putting out good energy into from the last 8 years, you're really going to start to see a payoff off that. You're really going to reap what you sow this year. For a lot of people, you will either have like an increase in finances, you'll finally get a job promotion, you'll finally get recognition for hard work that you've been doing. You know, there will either be a big financial abundance in your life at this time, or it could actually swing the other way and you might experience more expenses and just some financial loss overall. Like I said, they are big karma years, and mostly they are years to do with finance. Like I said, legal matters as well, anything to do with the court, anything to do with just any kind of legal issue. That's all going to be coming up to the surface this year as well. But it's really important to know that they're about balance as well, and wherever your life is out of balance this year, the universe is really going to point that out to you. And even though you may be able to attract more abundance and material wealth into your life at this time, it's about balancing that out so you don't let it overwhelm you and let it control you and become greedy and self-obsessed with these things, and learn to balance out your more spiritual side, your emotional side, and know that it's not all about your possessions, and have a healthy relationship between the material world and the spiritual world as well. But yeah, big manifestation years, year 8s. Also pay attention to who enters your life in an 8 year. It is, I'm not going to even say it's highly likely, you will meet or come into partnership or something like that. Somebody is going to come into your life in an 8 year who will be very significant for you. You might not see it at the start, you might not know who it is to start with, but there'll be a very significant person that enters your life this year who will majorly impact and change your life and deepen your, they might deepen your emotions, but keep an eye on what people come into your life this year, because they'll be very important. Like I said, you might not realise it at first, you might, but keep that in mind this year. Don't put too much pressure on it, like don't put too much emphasis on it, but someone who changes your life is going to enter this year. So, last but not least, personal years 9. Personal year 9s are big years of endings, transformation, completions, just things finally coming to a close. You may finally leave that unfulfilling job you've been in for your whole life. You may finally move out of your house. You may finally, just things come to completion, and you yourself will really have transformed over the last 2 years from your six year in particular. But I mean, every year shapes you, but from your 6 year in particular up to your 9 year, you'll be able to look back and really see how you have changed, how you have transformed in your life, and how your life is different from how it used to be. Big years of just completion as well. And again, you'll reap what you sow, and anything that whatever seeds you planted in your first year, you will really start to see those come to fruition in your 9 year, and you will really reap the benefits of that in your 9 year if you stick with it. So whatever If you're in your 9th year now, whatever ideas and inspirations you have come to you next year, whatever desires and goals you have that come to you next year that you want to go for, plant those seeds, do it, work for it, because then when you come back to this 9-year cycle, you will be very thankful that you did. And yeah, be very grateful that's all that's happened in your life. This is a good year to clean up anything, clean up your house, clean up your diet, your lifestyle, clean up your attitude. It's a good year to forgive people from your past, focus on healing old wounds, bettering yourself in general, so that when you do go into your 1 year and start that new cycle, you're not taking any old energy with you, you're not taking any baggage in a sense with you, and just clear whatever you need to clear, forgive who you need to forgive, work on whatever you need to do, settle any debts, resolve any issues, all these kind of things. So yeah, and be prepared for that fresh energy and a new cycle of the 1 year, because it's really gonna hit you and it's really gonna be good. Okay, so thanks for watching, I'll see you later.